This is meteorologist Mark Molnar, and as always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Eastern. We have a lot to talk about, to get into here. Tropical update, all-important tropical update for especially the Gulf of Mexico. Will we see that second tropical system? Will we have some sort of tropical system that's being hinted by the models into the Gulf of Mexico this coming week, particularly later in the week? Well, I'll break that down for you, and we'll see exactly what the models are predicting for that. Also, we have severe weather potential for your Sunday across parts of the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, and we'll break down exactly what areas and what the threats will be. As always, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell button. All of you that are new to the channel, I want to welcome you, and those of you that have stuck with me for a long time, I want to thank you for continuing to stick with me. I do have my Hurricane Outlook for 2021. If you haven't caught that yet, it was released last month. In the description down below, there's a link. And as always, if you want to leave a comment, question down below, don't forget to smash that like button. Let's get me to 4,000 subscribers. I'm coming up on it. Let's get right into it. And your tropical update. We're starting off with this. Take a look at the Gulf of Mexico. That is the bullseye of development. We have that Invest system, Invest 92L. And we're watching for the potential for development towards the middle to latter portion of this week. So as that system heads to the north, as I went over into the GFS, CMC, and the Euro models, we continue to watch particularly what looks to be the western Gulf of Mexico at this point, developing as a system that crossed over from the Pacific, redeveloping over the western Gulf of Mexico here. So Texas, Louisiana, really starting to look like it's the bullseye, although things can really change pretty rapidly, so stay tuned for that. But we have increased elevated risk here of a system. I'm pretty much putting it into the 50 to 60% potential now at this point. So, and then we have that feature along the southeastern coast of off the Carolinas coastline here with that stalled out frontal boundary, an area of interest that I'm putting at about a 30% chance of development. This system forming on the backside of a trough of low pressure here, stalled out frontal boundary. And of course, we could have some sort of development. I don't expect anything to possibly hit land with this because it will probably be most likely be heading towards the northeast in the westerlies. And we have a lot of Saharan dust out here in the Atlantic as well, precluding any development. However, I don't look for any development anyways for this time of year, as Cape Verde season won't start until later July. And looking at the Gulf of Mexico, look at this. This is where we're going to be watching down in here into portions of Mexico, parts of the Yucatan Peninsula. You see all that shower and thunderstorm activity that is associated with the Invest system that will be potentially heading towards the north, towards the U.S. Gulf Coast. So right now, look at that. We see very little to any wind shear, and that will be slackening even further in the coming days. So we have the potential here for some development. I wanted to make note of that here. You see that little feature off the coast of the Carolinas as well. We could be potentially looking at some sort of development as well. And taking a look at the tropical Atlantic here, your eyes are really drawn to that bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Look at that. That's a very big area of showers and thunderstorms coming off the intertropical convergence zone of Africa. And this is a very vigorous tropical wave. We are battling a lot of Saharan dust out here, so that has increased. That will help inhibit the development of anything, of course, in the short term. And this time of year, we really don't look for any sort of development out here anyways. So the big question is going to be the Gulf of Mexico. And then you see off the southeast coast there. See that stalled out frontal boundary? This is where we watch for this time of year for the potential of development as well. So there's that feature off the Carolina coast. Taking a look at the GFS model run, you can see the start of the tropical Invest system here in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, moving up there towards Texas and Louisiana, and then hitting inland. This is in the time frame mainly starting from Tuesday all the way up through next weekend, through Father's Day weekend here. So this is the potential for some development. GFS has been trending further west all week along with the other models, which there's quite a bit of consensus here on this. So we'll continue to watch it as well. And of course, there's that feature off the Carolina coast that we'll watch as well for the potential along that stalled out frontal boundary. And taking a look at the CMC here, take a look at this. We have low pressure forming a little bit more vigorously and closer to the beginning of next weekend landfall time frame. It is pretty much Wow, this is strikingly amazing this far out that it is very close to the GFS at this point. So we have some sort of tropical system. This could be Tropical Storm Bill for all we know at this point. So looking at the potential for our second named system and making landfall somewhere along the north central Gulf Coast. As I've said before, most areas along the Gulf Coast from Texas to Florida should be watching this. So even if you're in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, please keep an eye on this. As you can see, the Euro here, this is courtesy of Tropical Tidbits as always. Thank you, tropicaltidbits.com. Guess what? Euro, pretty much the same thing, a little bit further to the west. Texas, more under the gun with this, more of the Houston area, and then towards Beaumont, Port Arthur. So there you have it. This is quite some model consensus this many days out. And Robert Stone, we got some photos here on his travels heading from Ohio along I-90 on Friday evening to Indiana on Saturday afternoon. So very nice captures here from anywhere from a sunset to billowing cumulonimbus clouds off in the distance in Ohio. And then we transition towards some stormy weather, stormy conditions that he had on Saturday. So very nice captures here, Robert, in your beautiful travels here. And taking a look at the upper air pattern, we will have that big ridge developing there across the midsection, keeping places like Texas and Oklahoma very toasty for this time of year. Mid to upper 90s, near 100 in many places. There's that trough in the northeast, storminess continuing, and then we'll see a shot of cooler air, lower to mid 70s for the middle to latter part of the week. And of course there, the Gulf of Mexico high pressure building in overhead with that potential for tropical development, and we see a trough developing here in the Pacific Northwest. So pretty active pattern here for this time of year for North America. Yes, your Sunday afternoon, an evening. From 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. here, you would not be complete to finish off the weekend without some strong to severe thunderstorms. Damaging wind in excess of 60 miles per hour, the main threat, although some of these storms, especially in the orange enhanced category around State College, just east of Pittsburgh and west of Harrisburg here, you could see upwards of penny to quarter size hail here as well. So potential is there for strong to severe thunderstorms ongoing across western Pennsylvania as we continue here. 86 in Pittsburgh, 83 in Binghamton is the high. And so I-81 corridor, mainly after 6 p.m., you'll be seeing the showers and thunderstorms, some of these strong to severe potential. I think most of New England, you'll stay dry until later tonight. And New York City and Atlantic City getting a little bit lucky here with the severe storms, really holding off till late tonight. Here across the southeast for your Sunday late afternoon into evening hours, we have that threat of strong thunderstorms right around the New Orleans area into southern Mississippi, throughout much of eastern and southern and southeastern Louisiana. Look at that by Houston, 99 degrees. Very warm behind the storm system as the return flow, with that high pressure system really developing across the western Gulf of Mexico. So New Orleans here, where you could see a damaging wind, a large hail potential, damaging wind being the main threat, even some very heavy downpours as well. Even some severe thunderstorms up into portions of western Virginia and West Virginia as well, with that strong, vigorous storm system that's up there in the mid-Atlantic and the northeast. Temperatures really toasty, 93 Birmingham, 89 in Panama City, 92 and Tampa. And here we go again Monday across the northeast. We have a little bit lesser of a threat of severe thunderstorms. Nevertheless, most of the state of Pennsylvania, especially from Route 6 on southward, crossed most of pretty much more than 75% of the state of Pennsylvania into most of New Jersey, just west of New York City. I think New York City you'll eke out the day with no strong thunderstorms, just some showers and thunderstorms with heavy rain. 89 in D.C. and Harrisburg, 87. Strong thunderstorms likely between 3 p.m. and 10 p.m. here. And then across much of New England, your temperatures really being held down by that stationary front, really stalling across the area. Look at that, only 66 in Concord, 64 in Portland. The average rainfall across the area will be about a half to 3/4 of an inch. So a lot of beneficial rains here, especially across eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, into southeastern New England. And here we go across the southeast for your Monday. Look at that, twin stationary fronts here across the southeast stalling out, washing out. And look at that, the heat is on. 94 Birmingham, Atlanta, Raleigh, and New Orleans, a popular number. Stalled out frontal boundaries, garden variety showers and thunderstorms, mainly between 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. You know those pop-up showers and thunderstorms you get, but nothing severe. And Tuesday across the northeast, we have that frontal boundary, low pressure system here along the coastline. It will result in some showers and thunderstorms, particularly from I-81 eastward across Pennsylvania, upstate New York, into New England and the coastal sections in New Jersey and Delmarva here at Washington, D.C. as well. The main threat of showers and thunderstorms will be in the state of Maine, by Portland and Bangor there. You see temperatures being held down a bit, but look at that. Most of the Northeast, we're seeing a little bit cooler temperatures into the mid to upper 70s, a little bit lower humidity as well. And here we go across the Southeast. For your Tuesday, we do have a threat of strong to severe thunderstorms with damaging wind to large hail just east of Raleigh, mainly the Norfolk, Virginia area, downward across the Outer Banks, the eastern and southeastern part, and of eastern North Carolina here and southeastern South Carolina as well. Getting very warm as well, 91 in Atlanta, 92 in Birmingham. Look at that along the Gulf Coast. Really toasty over by Houston, 96 degrees, a chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Better chances of rain from Panama City to Tampa, just north of Miami here, as that frontal boundary slips to the south. And Wednesday across the Northeast. Finally, we get a good day here. It will be a little bit on the cooler side from what you've been used to the last couple weeks. However, this is really nice because the humidity will be really low, down in the 20 to 30% range. Look at that, 70 degrees in Binghamton and sunny skies. Scranton as well, 70. New York City, 79. Really good time of year to get out and enjoy the city. 77 in Boston, 75 in Bangor and Portland as well, 80 in Washington, D.C., and Atlantic City, 79. Look at that, wall-to-wall sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. Get out there and enjoy it. And Wednesday across the Southeast, look at that. Stalled off frontal boundary just washing out here. Threat of showers and thunderstorms really diminishing to only 20 to 30% here. Less than a quarter inch, maybe isolated areas upwards over that. But for the most part, the big story will be a little bit of a cool down here. Places like Atlanta, Birmingham, Nashville, Norfolk, Raleigh will be getting down to the mid to upper 80s here. And then along the Gulf Coast, 94 New Orleans, 97. Look at that. Texas really heating up as we get that high pressure really building in across the region. And your extended forecast here across the Northeast from Binghamton to Scranton's upper Susquehanna region of upstate New York, Northeast Pennsylvania. Yes, it is Sunday afternoon and evening. You have to deal with the strong to severe thunderstorm variety across the area. You know that you have to pay for this at some point of the weekend here in the southern tier of New York and Northeast Pennsylvania. It just seems to be the rule for this time of year. You'll be seeing anywhere from a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain. Damaging wind, especially the main threat in excess of 60 miles per hour. The potential for penny to quarter size hail. Also the potential heading up towards 83 as we cool off towards sunset, but temperatures remaining pretty toasty and humidity continuing to rise. Into your Monday, we have this chance of showers and thunderstorms. Most of the severe activity will be confined from the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area on southward. So Binghamton, you'll escape mostly of the severe weather variety, mainly showers and thunderstorms, and nothing too severe. Potential heading up towards 79. And then look at that, Tuesday, a chance of a shower or thunderstorm. But then by Wednesday and Thursday, look at that, overnight lows into the mid 40s. So good sleeping weather, sunny skies, 70. Good day to call out of work if you'd like to do that sort of thing. Really nice day also into Thursday as well if you want to continue on with that into 76 degrees. And as always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Eastern. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell button so you're alerted when I come out with one of these videos. And I want to thank all my subscribers, new subscribers, as well as loyal followers. Welcome to the channel if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe, as I said. Hit that like button, smash it. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers here. And also, don't forget to give my Facebook page, Media Mark and Weather Northeastern, some love. Go ahead and like that, as well as Hurricane Northeastern and MediaMark.com and WeatherNortheastern.com. Thank you for joining me.